I'm going to do a quick review of the Samsonite X-Tralight 3.0 two-wheel rollerboard underseater. That's a mouthful. I'm just going to call this a Samsonite. I bought this and recently used it on a flight to put it under a seat to carry my laptop and my iPad and everything else. How well does it work? Let's find out. I'm going to give you dimensions, weights, how much it can pack, and an idea of usability. So let's get the weight done right now. I've got my handy luggage scale here. This is a very nice, pretty look. So it's quite a light bag. It clocks in at 5.7 pounds or 2.6 kilograms. So quite light for a Samsonite. It's pretty durable. Now, as you can see here, it's got the classic rollerboard wheels, which are half recessed. They spin okay there. They've got the nice feature of studded metal here. It's got the grab handle in the bottom. So a full grab handle on the bottom, a loop through on the top, and a full zippered hatch to protect the telescoping handle, which telescopes pretty far. I'm going to show you that in a moment. Let me give you the dimensions of the bag here. All right, the bag as it stands on its side is 17.5 inches tall. It is, on the thick part, 8.5 inches wide and 17 tall. And as far as the width goes, it is 14 inches. So it just fits under a seat. No problem on the E175 and definitely any of the other jets in U.S. domestics. As far as the handle telescoping, as you can see, it goes off the camera there. It actually telescopes for full height travel, and it telescopes all the way up to 41 inches. So really nice. It's got a couple of different stops, and also it's got the nice Samsonite logoing there. Now the handle is very light duty. As you can see, it's a bit wobbly there, but I can put it down to kind of a mid-height and set it down there. But any smaller, and it's right here. But realistically, I am 6 feet taller, 183 inches, and behind me it rolls fine, so I don't have to carry a backpack, which is very nice. But it also has a super feature that on the back, let's take this for a spin on my Travel Pro. And what I'm going to do is simply see this sleeve here. You can see the sleeve. I can actually slip this onto the sleeve. And voila, now when you see airline crew, they always have this sort of setup where they have their under the seat second personal item and their rollerboard, carryboard, or spinner. You can actually stick this on here, not have to fight with it. Let me get the table out of the way. And now I can pull this with a huge amount of load, but because I have a Spinner Travel Pro, I can just scoot this along, no problem. So the Samsonite is really, really nice if you got to do the dual luggage thing. Now, as you can see, that sleeve is pretty tight, but over time it breaks in, so it's just a pass-through sleeve. On the front, it's got a little pouch. It's only about hand depth. The fabric is pretty light, so I wouldn't put too many serious items, but it does have a pass-through USB thing. So if you want to put a battery in here, like a power bank, and then just use a USB cord dangling so you can charge something up, that is very handy. It does have a side hatch where if you need to put a sleeve, maybe a small water ball or something, that is pretty nice, and it's fully enclosed. Nice heavy fabric on this, which is great. Now on to the main show. When you open this, it does the Kermit the Frog open, but it's got a couple of these little straps here where it's got snaps, and it's got snaps here. So you can actually rig this up. It does take a little bit of fiddling. I'll show you on the side here where you can rig this up. Click it here, and now the bag will only open to about, it opens to about 5.5, 6 inches. So if you need something, you want to just keep this partially closed, it's a pretty slick setup. I usually don't use it, but it is a nice feature as well. Now inside the bag, you can see there's plenty of space. Inner dimensions pretty much match the outer dimensions, probably about 8 inches of usable space in the back and 5 inches of usable space on the front. And inside, 13 inches, so very realistic. Now it does have these, let me move the camera here. It does have these compression straps, so if you need to click something down, it clicks down. It does have the Samsonite logo, pops out. Nice feature too, these don't just flap around, they actually thought to include a little hook, so you could actually lift the strap up, hook it in, and this stays out of the way. Same thing over here, so you don't just have this silly strap flapping around all the time. And there you go, it's a much cleaner setup. On the inside, you can see it has a zippered pocket with mesh for cables or whatever you want, and it's got a Velcro here. Theoretically, you can put your laptop in this sleeve. I would never do that because then the sleeve becomes very heavy. It might flip open. That's what these little capture straps are for, but I personally, unless you need to get into your laptop constantly, I don't put it out here because I don't want to damage my laptop. So let's see what this thing can eat. All right. I often travel with my laptop fully loaded, and it's got a real laptop in there, my MacBook M1, super nice. Got every freaking cable and accessory and power pack I could possibly stand. But two, I'll put that in there. I also travel with my iPad because I'm an author. So I have an iPad plus a case. And this is an iPad 10, just a regular. Got my little pencil there and all that. Beautiful iPad. So I can put my iPad under the laptop. And that's why I have this rollerboard, because I got to carry a lot of tech with me. Now you can see there's still plenty of space. And I never check in my toiletries, ever. So I've got my toiletries here, and I can just jam those in. There's plenty of space if you have makeup or whatever you want to put in there. And often I travel with some sort of fleece jacket just for comfort. And I can pack this in here. So if I don't feel like wearing my fleece jacket, I can zip this down, completely close that up, and then seal that up. Now that's the downside of these kind of flap around here. Is unfortunately they don't have like a catch. That would be nice to kind of snap that in here. So that is the one bummer downside. So you just kind of jam them in there. Flip this around, zip this up. I've got a laptop, I've got an iPad, I've got my jacket, toiletries. Whew, that sucker is heavy. How heavy is this? And I can zip this handle cover closed, which is very nice. So this can comfortably carry tech, laptop, iPad, all sorts of stuff, pushing, woohoo, 16 pounds, or, so it literally can carry 16 pounds or 7.5 kilograms. So quite impressive how much you can actually get into this Samsonite X-Tralight underseat rollerboard. And as you can see, fully loaded. It's got that nice solid bolted on handle there. Pretty darn good for travel, wherever you might go. And it does fit under the seat on the small jets in the US. So that's a really nice feature of this thing. That's why we got it. That way I can do some travel and then bring something like my Travel Pro Crew Classic. So I've got 2 bags. I get under the limits and I can travel with a heck of a lot of junk just to do that. So definitely check out links below to the Samsonite X-Tralight, underseat, everything there. Can't recommend it enough. Thank you very much for watching. Check out links below.